Hi, everyone, and welcome to Real Talk. I'm your host, Pat Terrio, and we're here at the beautiful Club 604, and I've got the Main Street players here, and I'm so excited to have Miss Christy Blue and Nicole Pageant. How are you, ladies?
Fine, how are you?
You know, I'm excited about this murder. Tell me, what's it called?
Murder at Rutherford House.
Murder at Rutherford House. Now, you've done this before, haven't you?
Yes, 7 years ago. This was this same play was the very first murder mystery we did. Murder at
So you're
Rutherford.
bringing it back.
Yes.
And for those of you who are not quite familiar with Main Street Players, I'm going to let you tell them a little bit about your organization.
Main Street Players has been in existence this time at least 17 years. Because I am one of the original. There's one other lady that we are the oldest. So I know I've been in it about 17 years. It started out, you know, a nice large group, but as time progressed and lives changed and people moved, and we worked down to who we are now.
Now tell me, how did you first begin to even get into theater? You know what I mean? Because it's really, and being
Yeah,
a theater
I understand.
person myself, I mean, you've got to really love it because it's a lot of hard work, but it's so transforming.
I never did it until I never did it in high school, any other time until I was probably in my 40s at least.
Really? Now, what
Yes.
light bulb went off when you were like, I want to do theater? You know,
All along, I had this inner self, I guess, that said, give it a go, and, you know, you want to do that. So I said, hey. So my first play was one line.
one line.
In a 3-hour play, the last 5 minutes.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history. I took it and ran with it. I even begged for that part.
That is wonderful.
But I loved it ever since.
And Nicole, tell us about you.
I've been in the membership for about, 15 years. My first play was a doozy. I had a large part back. I've been in theater since high school. Loved it.
And, you know, you have to have a love for it because, you know, it's more to it than just being on stage and people seeing the finished product. I mean, there's a lot of labor, of love and hate sometimes that goes into theater.
Yes.
And so I want to know about this murder mystery. And so tell us about your character.
I play Aunt Hermione Rutherford, but she prefers to be called Herman. She is a little on the Aunt Clara side from Bewitched, you know, that eccentric, kind of minds wanders, but yet she has those moments where she's very much aware of what's going on around her. Aunt Hermione collects Coke cans. And she also likes cats. She believes that they are reincarnated relatives.
Yes, keep going.
She has the run of the Rutherford house and pretty much giggles and hides and has all kinds of neat little parts.
So she's a recycler. I've heard
Yes,
that.
recycler.
So tell me what did you do or what have you had to do in order to be prepared for this role?
You just read it and you say, "Hey, I'd like to do that," and just I don't know, pulling from life.
Yeah.
Your own relatives, your own, you know, friends and things you've seen on TV.
Yes.
You just pull it and go with it.
I love that. All right, Nicole, what about you? What about your character?
I play Camille Rutherford and Sarah Rutherford. I play
Two twins. Now, a dual role like that. What's the method for you?
Let's see, you have to pull your good side and your bad side.
And you do have those, right? And so, how long have you all been rehearsing for this piece?
Since February.
Since February. Does this take a lot of time out of your life? Be honest.
It can, but we all have families, and we all know our responsibilities outside. And our families are very forgiving. They understand. Nonetheless, we cannot forget our obligations at home or outside clubs or anything like that. That's the reason why we start kind of early, is so that everybody can do those things and say, "Oh, I can't be here on Thursday night because I have something to do. And
Right.
everybody's really honest and say, that's great because next Tuesday I'm not going to be able to be here either.
Right.
And then when it starts coming down to the crunch,
Yes.
they say, okay, we're going to have to buckle down and not miss as much
Absolutely.
as you can. So
With a murder mystery, it's a little bit easier. We do 2 nights a week of practice, for about 2 hours. Now, when you deal with a full-length play, that's a different story. We do like
And
3
Saturdays.
nights a week.
Wow.
yeah.
And I know it can be, my first play, I was in the 4th grade, and I remember my first lines, Trigger Kids sauntered down the streets of Gold Dust Lane. The fact that I remember that is crazy because, and you have to learn your lines. I say that because you guys you're able to be laid back, very forgiving, you say, with the families and also with the members of the group. But when it gets down to it, you've got to know your stuff.
Exactly. Because your lines play off, or you need those person's lines ahead of you, and
Yeah.
the people behind you need theirs. And in a murder mystery, it's very important that you get those clues out.
Yes.
Because if you don't get the clues out, I can see where people would be upset about that.
Yeah.
Because it is a contest.
Yeah.
And you do win something.
Yes.
So
And it's interactive.
it's very interactive. We love that's one thing we like is playing off the audience and things like that. And they do too.
Yeah.
They feel like they've got something in, but it's very important to get your clues out.
Yes.
So people won't be upset.
Now, we do have some that, we got our what is it, the ones that like to make up lines.
Oh, those. Oh, those.
You know I love you.
That's called improv. They like to incorporate a little
Okay.
improv
Okay.
into it. And the thing is, it is very important for you to know your lines because you're a team and everyone feeds off one another. And if you miss your cue, if you miss your line, that can throw the whole thing off. But listen, I certainly appreciate everything y'all do. I'm excited about this. Now, I know you've got some other players here, and I really want to introduce them to the group and see what they've got going on in this murder mystery.
Before we leave, I want to encourage everybody to buy a ticket and buy a ticket at Club 604 because you'll have fun, promise you.
It's $35. Meal is included. If you guess who the killer is and how it was done, you actually get your money back.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is your prize.
Yes.
For winning. You get your $35 back.
Yes.
And probably usually we come up with a second and third. You know.
do? Okay,
yeah.
good. I think you're going to have a lot of fun if you attend this murder mystery, and you're going to have good food, good fellowship, and it's just so exciting when you're actually there.
Yeah, it is.
All right.
There are no more butterflies. I mean,
I'm
when
telling
you've
you,
done
honey,
it,
that's it.
when you've done it, you actually, life's a stage. And
Life is a stage.
Life is a stage, and you just open the door, let us come out.
Life's a stage, people, and we've opened the door, and we're coming out. We'll be back in just a moment. Thank you so much,
Thank
ladies.
you.
welcome.
Thank you so much.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got Heather Rogers and Tryon Reynolds with me. They're cast members, and they're with Mainstreet Players. How are you guys doing?
Great.
I've been given a lot of 411 about Mainstreet Players and this murder mystery you're doing. And I'm so pleased to meet you both. I want to know a little bit about yourselves and tell us about this character that you're portraying. We'll start with you, young lady.
Okay, I'm Heather Rogers, and I got into theater in high school with one-act plays and the drama club. And after we moved to Dublin, a friend of mine was involved, and I went to see them do Steel Magnolias years ago. And I loved it. And then when the opportunity presented itself to join the group, I gladly accepted and jumped right on in.
And how long have you been here?
7 years.
7 years. All right, Mr. Reynolds, what about you?
I did it during high school, one-act plays, things like that, and then just kind of let it roll for about 25, 30 years.
So for 30 years, you just let it roll.
I did, and I was involved with the Nutcracker, and we were here at the theater one day, and somebody said, "You need to be in the Mainstreet Players." And I said, "Yeah, that's cool." And I want to learn the same number of lines that I had in the Nutcracker. But that was 7 years ago, doing the same play we're doing now, the Murder in Rutherford House.
So this is very familiar territory for you.
Reprising the role.
Reprising the role. Now, Heather, tell me about your role that you're playing, and how do you get ready and get prepared for this?
I play Miss Ruby Pinkbottom, and
Pink Bottom?
Pink Bottom. And she is the maid for the Rutherford House. And I actually played the same role 7 years ago when we first did it. So it's come pretty easy to me this time. But Ruby is very much the opposite of how I am. So I have to really step outside of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
And try to find things that that she would do, and just try to get my mind in her mindset and think how Ruby would think.
How does that feel for you? Because, when you have to go, opposite of what you are you normally an introverted person or extrovert?
I'm somewhat extroverted to an extent, but Ruby is very flamboyant and flirty and seductive.
Ooh, la la.
These are things that I am not in my everyday life.
This is going to be so much fun to watch.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you're going to transform, darling.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I love that. I love it. All right, Tryon.
I am Wendell Weedle.
Mr.
VAMA, PhD, and PI.
PI.
Now, Wendell is, a close friend of the family, of the Rutherford family. He and William Rutherford were very close friends. And he is well-traveled. He is graduate of Harvard.
Yes.
Not sure in what, but he is a Renaissance person. He is chases butterflies and he solves mysteries.
Yes.
And he's a masterful investigator, and so
Really? Now, do you see yourself at all in this character?
not even close.
You don't chase butterflies?
No, I'm a little short on butterflies. But no, it's a lot of fun to get into this character because he's like me a little bit. He kind of gets out on the limb and does some weird stuff.
Some weird stuff?
Yeah.
Now, Heather, I'm going to ask you now, does Mr. Tryon Reynolds, he seemed a little bit of a jokester.
He can be. Yes. He keeps us on our toes, for sure.
And, because just from sitting here, he's making gestures and things like that, and I can only imagine how he is backstage.
He is just like that backstage, and we do our best to keep a straight face. We are dialoguing with him on stage, and so it's a treat.
I'm sure it is a treat. All right, Tryon, I want to ask you this, since you've been doing this for quite some time. What made you decide to go into theater, and how has this journey been for you?
To be in theater, I guess there's enough ham in me to get through a daily.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. I enjoy performance. I play guitar and depending on who's listening, sing.
Right.
And being in front of people is just kind of natural. I enjoy
Yeah.
it. But being here with this group, this is so much fun. We have a good time, and we enjoy entertaining people.
And that's good. And, I think that's very important. You're enjoying entertaining people, but you're also having fun doing it as well. Exactly. And that's important because myself, I think that if I'm not having fun, I got a problem. Even though when you're handling business, when you're really having to be prepared for a show and work extra hard, and you got to hit it, you got to nail it, you got to have great comedic timing, I still think it's important to be enjoying what you're doing.
Yes, very much so.
And so you're stepping outside of your comfort zone where you're going to be real flirty and all of that. Who did you have to watch to get ready for this role? You know what I mean? Who are you channeling? Because a lot of times we get people, that we channel that we've either seen or to get ready for this?
Kind of like Marilyn Monroe. And Ruby is just very different in her own way. She is her own person, and she is her. She has her quirks and the things that make her her. And the pink bottom is a play on
words.
On words.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of the things in the play are a play on words. And actually, I'll reveal a little secret. The character is written to be played by a man dressed in drag. But when we did it 7 years ago, we did not have enough males. And so I was like, well, I'll do it, And so, of course, when we decided to do it again, I was like, okay, I've got to be Ruby. I love Ruby. I bought my first, really true pair of high heels I bought to play Ruby 7 years ago. And I still have them. And every time I see them, I'm like, that's my Ruby pink bottom shoes.
All right, honey. Well, pull out your stilettos.
I will be doing that.
Okay. Well, thank you both very much.
Thank you.
Break a leg when the show comes out. All right. We'll be back with a few more characters. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and I've got Kimberly Walker and Mike Hill with me on the dais. How's it going?
Great.
I love the body language we have for one another.
Yes.
All right, now, I have had such a wonderful time just meeting everyone, and now I'm so excited to hear about you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Kimberly, and about your character that you're portraying.
Okay. My name, of course, is Kimberly Walker. I am married with 4 children. And a grandchild at that.
You're a grandmother.
Grandmother.
Love it.
Yes. I work at Morris Bank. And this is just kind of something that I'm doing to have some me time, to get away from my family.
I love
Love
that.
you, though.
But this
Love
is like
you, though.
another family for you.
This is like another family.
How long have you been with Mainstreet Players?
This is actually my first play.
Oh, my gosh. And who's your character? What character are you playing?
It's Baroness Greta von Kiepsum from Flopen.
Oh, keep
Flopen.
Love it. Okay, Greta.
Yes.
Now, this Baroness, what type personality does she have?
She is very extravagant, very outrageous, very sexy, very...
Is this somewhat like yourself?
No.
So you're stepping outside of you.
Absolutely, and it is so much fun.
Oh my gosh.
It's fun to become another character and
Yes.
and to present this to the people to make it believable. Like
Yes.
it's really you. So.
Absolutely. Well, I'm excited, Greta.
Yes.
All right, Mike, talk to us.
Well, I'm excited too. My name's Mike Hill. I've been with the Mainstreet Players for 7 years. This was my first play, Murder at Rutherford House, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I am a Dublin fireman, 36 years.
36 years. That's
and,
awesome.
I look forward to each practice.
That's wonderful. So, Mike, you're reprising your role.
I'm in costume.
You are. Tell us about your character, because, you're wearing your sunglasses on the inside of the building.
Yes,
Let them know about your character.
Oswald Rutherford is the brother of William Rutherford, who died, and he stands to inherit a lot from his brother's death from the will, and he is an international playboy. Which,
Really? I couldn't tell that from the comments you were making to Greta here.
oh, yes.
He's definitely in character. I want to make sure that I let you all know that.
Love your wife, but
Yes. And
Greta is,
Greta's the thing. So what does it take for you to get into character?
it takes. I am totally not a playboy,
Right.
so it really takes a lot of practice for me to learn to play this part. I play. I'm I'm blind, and which I'm not really blind.
Right.
But it's just it's kind of hard for me to do, but it's fun to be able to do something that that you're not.
Absolutely. And, you know, part of acting, that's what it is. And to be believable, you said a good thing there, Kimberly, is that when you're playing a role that is out of your comfort zone, that is totally opposite of yourself, and that you have to become a believable character, and you are that character, that's what transforms, that is what draws your audience in. You know, that's what draws your audience in. And with you being in character now, you know, you're getting us ready. You're giving us a little snippet of you, and I think that's pretty awesome. I'm excited. Just sitting here, I'm like, ooh, I want to see this. And I hope that you all out there are feeling the same way. And so you've got 4 kids.
Yes.
And you're about to be a grandmother?
No, I'm already a grandmother.
You're already a grandmother.
Yes.
How do you keep this balance? And you work. How do you keep the balance?
It can be a little stressful. I just have to take it day by day.
Yeah.
And I have a husband that's really great. He really helps, and he's always there for us and the children. So, you know, we just take it day by day, and I have my parents help with the children a lot, and so I have a good support system.
That's good. And
that keeps me, you know, where I need to be able to handle everything.
That's so important. And you've got to have a good support system from your wife, especially.
Yes, especially.
Okay.
And I get tormented at the fire department for doing this. So,
I bet you do. Now, I've been down at the fire department. I was tormented, too. Well, listen, I'm so proud of both of you for you doing these roles, taking them on, and really embracing them.
Thank you.
Because it's not just for you, but it's really for your audience and what they see.
Great.
It is going to be great. Thank you both so much,
Thank
okay?
you. Thank
All
you.
right. All right, guys, we are back, and I've got Kathy Birdsall and Nicole Pageant here back on the dais. Now, you two are mother-daughter. Oh my gosh, I feel it already in here, the tension. So you two are mother-daughter.
Yes.
Okay. You see that? This is like a mother-dearest moment.
Can't hold it in.
I know. Now, listen, tell me who you are. Tell me a little bit about you, and then we'll talk about your mother-daughter connection. Yes, your relationship.
My name is Kathy Birdsall. This is my second year with Double Mainstreet Players. I've been doing theater since I was about 9.
Nice.
I've been
And you
doing
went
it
to school for theater, correct?
I did. I went to college for theater, had my degree. Did professional theater in Miami for a number of years. Moved up here and found out about them and missed it and got back in.
And here you are. You're home again. Now, you two, now, Nicole, you're playing a mother-daughter thing here. Who's the mama and who's the daughter?
I'm the mother.
You're the mother.
I play Millicent, Lady Rutherford.
Oh, you're Lady
I'm
Rutherford.
Lady Rutherford.
Lady.
Lady
Now-
of the house.
Your relationship doesn't seem too pleasant.
No. No.
It's kind of like a love-hate, more on the hate side. Tell us about it.
Go ahead.
She stole my daddy away from me.
Oh.
I was daddy's girl.
What a brat.
You know, this is a good soap opera right here. This is good TV right here. So you're playing, so you're kind of really pit against one another because you have, let me try to figure this out, you have a little bit of towards your mom because you kind of lost your place of being daddy's girl, daddy's little girl.
I am the black sheep, so-called now.
Now, why is that in this, why are you considered?
Because of her. It's all because of her.
Now, is she your birth mother?
No.
Oh, now the plot thickens. So you are the stepmother.
So to speak.
So, this is awesome. This is awesome. Now I want to ask you two, how did you get prepared in order to have this type to pull against one another? Because we've got to be able to believe you. The audience has to be able to believe you. How did you get to this point of, look at that face.
honest?
Yes.
Dynasty, really. I did. I totally went from like the 80s
Yeah.
night soap operas,
Yes.
the hair pulling,
Yes.
you know, Alexa Carrington type of
Oh, I
person.
loved Alexa Carrington.
You know, because she's playing twins.
Yes.
There's, you know, the good twin, and then
Right.
there's the black sheep twin.
Right.
Millicent is very doting on the one twin, whereas the other one, she wants nothing to do with. So it was I kind of drew from that point.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, how did you get prepared, Nicole? Now, I know you're playing dual roles, but you're also having to really have some hatred toward this woman. How did you get prepared for that? She watched Dynasty. What'd you watch? Reality TV? Real Housewives or something? I don't know. What did you do to order? You know, because she had to have a visual, and she had to to kind of see that kind of animosity between a mother and daughter, or in relationships. What did you have to do, or did you have to watch anything?
I think we kind of played off each other.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest.
And how was that
Into that
relationship
role.
to play off one another?
It's very hard because we laugh many times.
It's-
Way
To
too
stay in character, you've got to stay.
It's going to be really hard not to crack.
Not to crack.
You're going to have to come and you'll see
They're
what I'm
just
talking
giving-
I'll
they-
have to find out.
No, yeah.
They're giving you just a snippet, okay? You're getting snippets today of these characters, and they're going in and out of character just to show you how transforming they can be. Now, I want you to tell us a little bit about the director and some people that are missing from Mainstreet that I didn't get to talk to.
Fred is on vacation. He is Fred Gatlin, and he's just recently joined our group, but he's a wonderful asset because he's from Florida. He's got a lot of theater background, a lot of directing, a lot of acting himself. What else has he been involved in? And makeup. He can do awesome makeup.
Fantastic.
Who else are we missing?
Ty is one.
Cobb. He plays Cameron. He plays my so-called fiance.
You've got a fiance in this?
Yes, but you will find out.
Don't give it to him. Don't give it
right.
to
You
him.
just
The
have to come
lady of
see
the
it.
house. You'll have to,
You have to
find
come see
out.
it.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so fabulous. The language that you've been hearing from them those two are just strictly character, okay? Strictly character, and they're just giving you a little bit. Now, what age can come to this? Now, is there an age limit? You know what I mean?
Well,
I would say
13?
and older, maybe.
let's say a PG-13.
PG.
show.
This is a PG-13 show,
Yeah.
and you guys are gonna bring it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, we are.
No doubt.
Ooh, I'm excited about it. I might be eating popcorn while I'm watching it. I don't know. I just might, honey.
It'll be good.
It's going to be good. Well, listen, I appreciate all of you, and I want to thank all of my guests today from Mainstreet Players. It has been absolutely a pleasure, and I hope that you all have enjoyed the show today, and please come out. What's the date again?
May 17th
And it's the murder
at Rutherford House.
at Rutherford House here at Club 604. Thank you all so much for watching Real Talk, and please keep watching.